Hello, 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 everyone, and thank you for joining Mind of Mandy, the podcast where me, Mandy, just talks about shit that is on my brain. And this is the introduction, episode one. So, a little few things that I should just put out there right away. I curse. It happens. If you are not okay with cursing, no offense, you don't have to listen. I also don't edit, kids. I hate editing. With a passion of 1,000 fiery hells, I hate editing. So what you get is what you get. Most of the time, I'm going to be here in my office at home. Sometimes, if I'm traveling, you might see, if you're watching this on video, you might see a different background. But for most part, this is just what it is. So today is about introducing you to me, just kind of a get to know me episode. Yay! Also, another thing that I should let y'all know, any background noise is from one of the four furry assholes cats that I have. If you heard that, that was the kitten, my little chaos gremlin. We'll talk about my cats here in a little bit. So, what do you need to know about me? Well, obviously, I am a crazy fucking cat lady. We got 4 cats. Going from oldest to youngest, we have Cat Butt, who's my big fat white boy. He is a Komani. He is talkative. And talkative, I mean he complains a whole lot. If he thinks that the food dish might be less than half full, he's having a meltdown. Complete and utter meltdown. And this is how my cat, who shouldn't weigh more than 9 pounds, is 15. Him a chunky boy. Then we have our sweet, demure little villain, the maniacal kitty. If she did have a villain superpower, it would be the power of minor inconveniences. That I am convinced of. Her biggest thing that she likes to do is, first of all, she don't meow. She squeaks. Unless it's 2:30 in the morning and she has caught the stuffed mouse, not the one that lives in the stove, but the stuffed one. And she is singing the song of her people, expressing how proud she is that she caught the stuffed mouse. Then we have our Siamese, Jaya, the spicy nugget. She's a lilac point, meaning that she's very light, like her coat is very light. But she is very spicy at times, super spicy. Then we have the new kitten that my fiance just rescued a little over a week ago. His name is Biscuits of the Clan Rye, and yes, I realize my cats have strange names. I can't help it. I've had, ever since Cat Butt, all my cats have had strange names. A few other cats I have had that I no longer have for various reasons. There is Toothless, a little black bastard, LBB. Thor the Disgruntled, the hangriest kitten ever. Xena the whiny princess, the meanest kitten. And then there is Loki, the stub-tailed kitty, bringer of havoc and chaos. My vet often wonders what's wrong with me. I forgot about the kitten, his name. Did I? I may have already said it. If not, here it is. Biscuits of the Clan Rye. And that brings me to another point. I have ADHD like a mofo. I will repeat myself. It happens. I also deal with fibromyalgia. So, for those of you who have either or, know that both come with brain fog. So I get to play the fun game of, okay, I have brain fog today. Is it ADHD or is it fibro? Or is it both? Anyway, more about my background. A little bit more about me. I actually have a master's degree in accounting. I know, right? This weird lady can do accounting. Yeah, I actually really enjoy it. Yes, I said that. I enjoy accounting. I'm going to let that set in for a moment. People look at me really weird when I say I enjoy accounting. My main program I prefer when it comes to like the data entry is QuickBooks Online. I've used many others. I just really like QuickBooks. We all have that program we really like. Tax software, a lot of your bigger firms who are more than just a person, um, they like UltraTax. I don't. I hate the, when I've used it, I've struggled with it. I actually like Tax Act Professional, but we can get into that closer to tax time. I am a classically trained musician. I'm a classically trained pianist and flutist. I have also taken voice lessons. Um, so for piano, my favorite piano composer is Mozart. I know that sounds kind of cliche, but I actually like a lot of his more obscure works. So I'm not going to be, oh, well, I like this piece, like uh, Alatora. Very, very popular piece. No, I actually, that's one of the few pieces I despise. We can get into that. I'm also finding a new love of Beethoven. Like for years, I hated Beethoven. But as I get older, it's like I understand him more. I understand the music more. So I'm finding a new appreciation for that. When it comes to flute, I do play the piccolo, the C flute, and the alto flute. I also uh, kind of play the recorder. I'm not super proficient at it, but I do enjoy it. I also play the tin whistle, penny whistle, whatever you want to call it. I do enjoy that. Um, for flute, for the normal flute, which us flutists call the C flute, I really enjoy Baroque era flute music. I don't know why, and I know my flute isn't the right flute for it if you want to be playing historically correct, but I do enjoy the Baroque. One of the pieces I've been working on that I absolutely love is the Sonata in A minor by C.P.E. Bach. Uh, I love that piece. I will always love that piece. I will always be working on that piece. That is just one of those pieces that is going to stay with me forever. Outside of Baroque, I have found that the composer Herman Beeftink, I hope I'm saying that right. He's a modern composer. He's still composing things. I love his music. If you like flute music, go check him out. He has a wonderful YouTube channel, and he does more than just flute. He has a lot of piano music. A few there is a trumpet piece. Just go check him out. He's wonderful. Vocally, I have a nearly 4 octave vocal range. I can sing tenor to high soprano. I haven't sang in a group in a long time since COVID hit, and no one sings anymore. I'd like to call out a few people, but I won't. I'll be nice today. Another day, I may not be so nice. Anyway, I usually, when I have sang in a group setting, I'm usually either second soprano or alto, depending on what the group needs. And even within the same concert series, I have sang different parts on different songs. The last concert I sang in, not only did I do a flute solo, of course, who else is going to do it? I mean, come on. I sang there was one line I sang tenor one, then I jumped back and forth between alto one and soprano two. I just enjoy performing. Like, I work to perform, I work to afford my music habit. Other interesting things about me, I am a Usui and Kulindali Reiki master. There are, for those of you who know about Reiki, there are many different forms, but the most common is the Usui Reiki. That is the one that a lot of people associate with Reiki. I love Reiki. I got into it because of my fibro, and I have found that I can help a lot of people with it if I just pushed more, and that is something I gotta work on. I am also a tarot and oracle reader. I have done that professionally since 2001. I do have a fairly good book of clients. Do they consistently want readings? No, it's not something everyone needs like once a month or whatever. But people do contact me when they want it, and it's something I can do. But most importantly, I am a manifestation coach, law of attraction coach, whatever you want to call it. I have learned that a lot of people put their brakes on and have an issue with law of attraction because there's a lot of misconceptions about that, which in later episodes I will be getting into those. And I do believe that probably my next episode, episode 2, which I plan on putting these out once a week, is going to be over a lot of misconceptions around law of attraction and manifestation. I'm actually looking forward to that one. I'm also a high priestess. What does that mean? I am a pagan, meaning although I recognize the Christian God, I do not worship the Christian God. I worship other gods and goddesses. Now, I know that's going to possibly take away some audience from me, but I'm going to be true to who I am. I'm going to be 100% real with you guys who are going to be my loyal watchers and listeners. And I will gladly answer any questions anyone has about that. There'll be episodes about that. Other interesting things about me, if you can't see, I really enjoy books. I've got 2 full bookshelves like this. I used to have a whole lot more books. I used to have like over 4,000 books. I got rid of all of them. I have everything on these 2 bookshelves now. Might as well just go over what is on the shelves. On this one you guys can see. This is accounting textbooks. I graduated my master's degree in 2014, so 9 years ago, and I still have my textbooks. I don't know. I just like them. This right here, this shelf right here, is a lot of the pagan shamanism Reiki books I have. Then this is a lot of my fiction books. I think these are Reiki books right here. I could be wrong, but that's what they look like. There's 2 shelves below. One shelf is more fiction and more pagan stuff, pagan shamanism. I am also a practicing shaman, but I do that on myself. It's not something I usually offer as a service. And then the bottom shelf is just, I'm going to call that the I don't know where to put these damn books shelf. That's what it is. On my other bookshelf, it's exactly the same. Like, I have 2 of these same bookshelves. I am that person, thank you ADHD, that when I find something I like, I buy multiples. So on that shelf, the top shelf is my law of attraction manifestation books. That's all it is. Then the second shelf is my tarot cards and oracle cards. To get them all to fit onto this shelf, I had to get rid of a lot of my decks, which I gave to a very dear friend of mine, who I do believe I'm going to have on an episode eventually. Out of all the decks I had, I kept, I think it was 22 Oracle and 21 Tarot. Since then, I have bought more, so those numbers have changed. But I've got all of them on one shelf. I'm going to keep it to that. Then the third shelf of the other bookshelf is my music. It is piano music and flute music. That's where I store it, because that corner over there by that bookshelf is my practice corner. The shelf inside, the first shelf is old journals, notebooks, my big book of shadows that I have, stuff like that. And then the bottom shelf is more notebooks and photo albums. I love office supplies. Like right now, I've got this notebook, I've got this notebook, I've got all those pens, I've got more notebooks. Like, I love office supplies. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I really want to cover today. Just because this is an intro, I don't want to give too much away and ruin future episodes. Although this is my damn podcast, I can do whatever I want. Um, oh, another interesting thing about me. Let's just keep this going. Up here is board games. I love board games. I wish I had somebody to play board games with me, but my fiance is not a board game person. He is he's currently playing Magic the Gathering. He bounces back and forth between that and Yu-Gi-Oh. I do play Magic. I play Commander. That is the format I'm currently playing. I have a 5-color deck. For those of you who know what Magic the Gathering is, this you'll understand that. For those who don't, I'm sorry. Just bear with me. I have a 5-color commander deck with Big Joda as my commander. Playing a lot of Eldrazi. Like, I have all the Titans in there. Of course, if you're going to might as well do it. Along with a lot of other legendary creatures because of Joda's effect. I also play a lot of Enchantment No. And how this deck came about was I took my one commander deck that was Eldrazi No and my another deck that was Enchantment No. Both of them were fucking miserable decks to play against. I rather enjoyed them. My Eldrazi was my creature per se deck. I think I had like 20 creatures in there, but it was Eldrazi. If you've ever played against it, you know that it can be very difficult to deal with. The other one, I had 9 creatures, including my commander, and 31 enchantments, all saying, I'm going to make this game miserable for you. It was jokingly called amongst our friends that we play with, Mandy's Death and Taxes. It was miserable. During tax season, I got bored with those 2 decks. I didn't have time to combine them, and I just handed them to my fiance and said, here, make this the worst deck you could possibly make it. And what she did, and now complains about having to play against my deck. When we play in a pod together, it's basically me and him go at each other until one of us kills the other one off. And then we know that that person's going to win the pod. He does, his is 5-color Sisay legendary. It fucking hate his deck. I do. I mean, it's a great deck. I just hate playing against it. He also plays modern. Control, I guess is what he's calling it. I don't know. I finally given in to him and decided that I'm going to put together a modern deck, but it's going to be Mill. Dimir, which is blue-black. I'm trying to put together a Dimir Mill, Fairy Rogue Mill deck. I don't know. We're going to see how it works, and if I enjoy the format. If not, I'll just be like, fuck it. I don't need it, because I've got a million other things to keep my ass busy. Let's be honest. Other things, I'm going to be honest. I'd like to say I'm an outdoorsy kind of person, but really I'm not. And the older I get, the less outdoorsy I get. I don't like being out in the hot. I'm sorry. I don't want to have humidities. Not fun. I don't like being too cold because I actually don't like wearing a lot of clothes because of my fibro. Clothes hurt. But apparently, unless you're in a nudist colony, you have to wear clothes. God, who would have ever thought? Anyway, indoors, most of the things I like to do are indoors. Music, for the most part, is indoors. Unless you have an outdoor concert, which those do happen usually around the 4th of July. But they do happen. Shit, that's about it. My fiance's best friend convinced me to go out on a boat not too long ago, and it wasn't as horrible as I thought. One of the things that in later episodes I'm going to talk about is trauma, and I do have trauma associated with water. And that's why getting on the boat was such a big deal for me. And I actually had fun. I got in the water. It was interesting. It was fun. So those are things I'll go outside every once in a while, but and I know I need to get outside more, but there are bugs out there, specifically ticks. And I don't need anything else to cause me pain. So let's avoid that at all God given costs, because where I live, ticks are thick. You think about going outside, you find a fucking tick on you. I mean, when we went out boating, I found a tick on me. Yes, maybe it was because I found a waterfall, and then I heard more waterfall, so I went back and found another waterfall, and I heard more waterfall, so I went back further. And the water was very shallow. It was a very wooded area. It was very beautiful. I did enjoy it. And probably I might decide to start hiking again, but who knows? I used to do outdoorsy stuff all the time. I used to love it. The older I get, the less I enjoy it. I do work out. I'm trying to make sure I take care of my health and get in better health overall. I go to Planet Fitness here, my local Planet Fitness, and I do enjoy it most days. Yesterday was leg day, and it left me unable to do anything. Today, I can barely walk. And I didn't do a whole lot. I don't know what these machines are called, but they have the machine where your legs are spread out like this and you bring them together. I did that. I only did 40 pounds. Not a whole lot. And whoo, then I did the one where you have your legs in and you push out. Yes. That the hell was that? For those of you watching, I just seen something go across the screen. Oh, phew! And it was not a bug. Because the little gnat thing has been flying around here. That's what you keep seeing me do this for. Anyway. And then I did like a hip flexor where you stand and you push something back with your leg, you know. Other than that, I did a mile on the treadmill. Let me tell you, my legs, they were fine yesterday, but I woke up today and almost collapsed when I went to go stand up out of bed. I'm like, oh, hell no. Shit hurts. So yeah, I try to go 3 days on, 1 day off. I should have gone today. Today was going to be arms and back. I just might spend a little extra time tomorrow, do arms, back, and abs. Because I try to do 1 mile on the treadmill and then go do the weight machines. I know you cannot spot treat fat removal, so I'm just trying to make everything stronger, so I'm stronger and healthier overall. I also do the big faux pas of tanning, and I do that. One, I am vitamin D deficient. I have been for a long time, and it does help produce vitamin D. But 2, it makes me feel pretty. And I know that it's going to increase my risk of skin cancer, but the 3rd-degree sunburn I got when I was 14 probably cemented that at some point in my life I'm going to get skin cancer. If not, I am a walking miracle and I need to be studied. But I know the consequences. I'm still going to do it. Loud neighbors. Thank you. Other things I do on a regular basis. Every once in a while, we'll go to movies. I love watching movies. My fiance does not enjoy the theater experience as much as he'd rather stay at home. I'm telling you, I love this man, but unless it is magic, I ain't getting him out of the house. Back in November, we went to a concert. Now, I love heavy metal, and we went to a Five Finger Death Punch concert. Fucking loved it. It was great. And we went with his best friend and his best friend's wife. Now, first of all, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I was enjoying it. And then they tell me that they never expected him to do anything like this because, well, he doesn't do these things. Okay, Well, no one told me this. So I push him to do things he never would do, and he helps me through some of the healing that I am currently working on due to the trauma I have experienced in my life. I mean, shit happens. Other than that, I can't think of anything. Oh, yes, I can. So next to me, you guys can't see it, is a cart of nail stuff. I love doing nail art. Like, I almost have everything to open a full-on professional style. I could do that. I'm not certified, so I cannot do it legally. Um, so I do have a couple practice hands. I have creepy. I just got this one off of Temu. I haven't tried it yet. And then I have my Amazon creepy hand that it's one of those ones that you can bend over. Can I get it without creating a giant ass mess? No, I cannot. Because I just created a mess. Anyway, it's a different type of hand. Anyone who watches any kind of nail stuff, not Young Living, Jesus, Mandy, Young Nails, a lot of times you'll see that kind of hand. And I've used that a lot. I'm sorry, baby girl. I did not mean to. I'm self-taught. I have done acrylics, polygel, press-ons. I just love nail stuff. It is what it is. So you might might have podcasts of me talking about nail stuff, about stuff I like, stuff I don't like, whatever. It is what it is. I do eventually, like the first few episodes, I am going to put, I will put the podcast itself out there, like to listen to, but I'm also going to put the video up on YouTube. Eventually, I will be moving it to Patreon. That's just a goal of mine. It's part of my manifestation goals. Kind of all back to me being a coach. Anyway, so I have been babbling for about 30 minutes, so I want to thank everyone who has listened to this for 30 minutes. I will be hopefully putting out videos on Saturdays, videos and the podcast itself. I will hopefully be putting this out on Saturdays. If there's anything anyone wants to know, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. You can email me. I can put my email somewhere. And if you find this video on YouTube, you can definitely leave a comment. I will put it in. This is my notebook of ideas. I'll put it on there. I will try to answer questions. But I do appreciate everyone listening and or watching. And I hope everyone has a wonderful week. And remember, the only limitations that any of us have are of our own making. They're in our head. So get out of your head and live your best fucking life. Love y'all. Toodles.